Good morning. I'm at Shrubland Park. Well-known scramble course in its day. National, international meetings here. This is a gathering for a walk, and I believe on the 30th of August this year it'll be 50 years since the last meeting was run here. And everyone's here a star and personality, but some names I do remember. Let's see if I can find them for you. The young man in front of me is John Vallis. Who remembers 117? There you go. You're now on film, John. The one with the glasses there with the stick is Tony Crouch. Young lady there, I think her name's Rachel Harvey.
Yeah, they're going to 12 o'clock. Oh, 12 o'clock.
Wife of Trevor and son of... Her son is Julian. I should say mother.
I don't like having our photo.
The young man that I just filmed with Rex Garrett and his wife. Name?
Sally.
Sally, you see? Okay. Now you'll be on the film. These are some of the trophies that Dave Vickers has won. There's a book here which says, please share your thoughts and memories of Pete Tumba Smith. This is for Josh Gibbons. There's a nice little dot there. Have you got one of those? There's the author, Adrian Guppy Copping, with his lovely young wife there. See, they're laughing at me, but I've got them on film, just a general filming. A lot of people here, all catching up with each other from years ago. Partly in the sun. One at the back there is David Orbell. Jim Holt's just in front of him. Fred Keaton in the distance there, having a napper. Just trying to take all this in. The old uns and the youngsters are here. Young Ian Berry, another author. Josh Gibbons there. Got his Manchester shirt on. I'm trying to get everything in. last get together expected here at Shrubland Hall or Shrubland Park.
Thank you.
She says no thank you, sorry. Then you say it, Jill, you've got to hit me.
Those that want to will.
David Caudle.
Okay. Welcome to the Shrubland Park. 50 years ago this month was the last meeting here. Don't know where that 50 years has gone, but if you work that out, anybody who rode here is now claiming a pension. Okay? So who rode here then? Put your hands up, those who rode here. Any of them? Who rode at Shrubland? Jolly good. Me? We're too young, Shrimp. Right. Nice to see so many of you turned up today. It's nice to see some stars here. We've got Motocross Royalty here. We've got Freddie Mays and John Banks, both British champions. Thank you very much for coming. I'm sure they'll still sign autographs. I'd like also to thank Mr. Tanner. I don't know if Alex is here, whose land it is. He's kindly gave us permission to walk around here today. Also the ACU, funnily enough. I know we don't often thank them, but today they have paid for the insurance for us. So that's, in my opinion, a very nice gesture. And all those who brought the bikes, thank you very much. There's a lot of the type of bikes David rode. There's CZ's Greaves, there's two David's Greaves there. There's the CZ single port, twin port, bolt up Huskies, Griffin, Challengers down the other end. So most of the things that David, a big Maxless, he rode them all. Okay. Has everybody got maps? If not, there's a map, some more maps floating around if you need a map if you get lost. Shouldn't do. Okay. On a sadder note, since our last walk here, which was 5 years ago, we've lost a few club members. Most notably, obviously, David last year, and a few months ago was Tony Howe, who was president of the club, and unfortunately, only a few weeks ago, Peter Smith. So I'd like you to remember these guys, and just have a minute of silence for me. Right, thank you everybody. I think that was very nice of you, and you know, we all remember Peter's for the antics on the track and off the track, and all those memories. If we could share them, there's a book of remembrance for Peter on the corner of the trophies. So when we get back, if you can think of any of these memories, or just want to say a goodbye to Peter, please go and sign the book for us. Okay? Thank you. Right. We have a book been written about the track. Where's Dennis? There he is. Since our last visit here, Dennis came round and was very keen. He used to come here as a child and has written a lovely book on it. So well done, Dennis. There's the book. It's available today. I'm sure it's a very factual book, because I know he's taken a lot of trouble getting programs, reports and everything else, and hats off to him. It's well worth of any track. This one ought to have a book about it. Well done, Dennis. Well done, mate. Right, he's also had a cake made for him. So his first ever book, and that will be cut up while we're on the walk, and anybody who would like a slice at the end is happy to have one. Okay, I'd also like to thank Phil Hilton here, who's come with his photos. Phil is the team manager of Ipswich Speedway. He's got a lot of very old photos down there, and well worth a look. Okay, just like a few facts about Shrublands. I'll just go on for a bit longer for you. Years ago, it used to be an old ammunition dump, and my dad said that was the only thing that kept him out of the war, because he had a haulage business, and he used to haulage the ammunition from here over to Waddisham. So he said that's why I never fought in a war. And now, if you look, there's so many roadways, you can see what he meant, because there is. That's like an airfield when you walk around it. It's physically placed, and they didn't keep it all in one place. Also, the Suffolk Show was held here in the 50s, up on the top fields over there. We all get used to the Suffolk Showground, but that used to be here in the 50s. And then it turned into the Health Farm. But the club first came here sprint racing up and down the drive in the early 30s or 20s, I don't know when it was. And then scrambles, obviously. Okay, now today's walk. Who's feeling fit? Who wants to do the whole nearly 1.5 to 2 miles? So that will take us right down nearly to the entrance gate there. But I have put a shortcut in, because there was a short circuit which was only used for the Grand Prix and the last 2 Nationals. I put a sign, so if anybody gets tired, wants to take the last kind of half a mile out, take the shortcut and you'll find a Dunlop sign at the bottom, and we'll meet there again when we catch up. Or those who have walking difficulties, it's only 200 yards down the path to where the main arena was. Now you could see where the hairpin was, the slide, hillsides, the start. So anybody who wants just a short walk, it's 200 yards. If they don't want to do any more, they can either wait or make their way back here. Quite up to you. I'll give you a running commentary, those who want it. You know, you might get fed up with hearing my voice, but there's obviously a lot of people who never actually came here in the day. So I'll fill you in with a few facts. Hopefully most of them are true. They might be myth. Okay, dogs. Please keep your dogs on a lead. That was the gamekeeper came and saw me yesterday morning. Lovely man. Said, I wasn't going to allow dogs around. He said, no problem. He said, but as long as they're kept on lead, he says, because the deer, if the dog runs through one of their tracks, that will mess them up and we won't see the deer. And they want to shoot it, unfortunately. Okay, so that's it. This is a working wood, so there's been 54,000 trees planted here in the last year. So, you know, you will notice that there's a lot of the old landmarks have gone, and there's new trees being planted. Just one other thing to say, where's Shrimp? Shrimp, come forward here. Come here. It was Shrimpy's birthday yesterday. So I think we can all sing happy birthday, don't you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shrimpy. Happy birthday to you. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, guys, if you want to follow me, we'll now set off. Whereabouts are we? We are on where it says car park. What's left of the bomb hole, now a water hole, unfortunately. It got filled in the 80s. They thought it would take water, but it didn't. It all drained out. So they then clay lined it. And that's why you see this bit here has been dragged out. This never used to be part of the bomb hole. This is just where they dragged the clay from, all down there. So they clay lined the whole lot, held water, unfortunate for us, but there you go. Whether they were going to make a fishing lake out of it, but if you come here on your own, because there's footpaths everywhere, you come here and there's often herons and everything. You know, it's quite nice to see, to be honest. And you've obviously got the nice tower now, which has been done up. When we used to ride scrambles here, that was a wreck. That was just a relic. People now live in it, and on the whole estate there's 52 buildings, so you know there's a lot of tenants on the estate. They used to go in back where Colin was standing, just behind there. That was the pathway going across there was almost the breaking point, because they were flat out right from the bottom of that field, round the corner there, down here, break, slide, dive in.
Jump down.
Jump down. Okay, and then you had 2 choices of lines on the other side. There was a far line which was the easier but longer one, or there was a narrow one up this side, very steep, had to jump it, but you've got to be right, otherwise you went back down again. Okay, there was people on the top with ropes, as you'll see on some of the films. People had ropes there to try and get the riders up who didn't make it. There's one famous film of Rob Air sliding all the way down on his greaves, so you know even world champions failed sometimes. But all the car park and coaches used to park up where you've just come from. Even the Eastern Counties used to run a bus service from Ipswich Station to here and back again, 4 runs before every meeting. So, you know, it was well supported. And as you can see by some of the photos on the park there, in 61 Grand Prix, a huge crowd flowed in here, you know, more than really they could cope with. This was full, the whole track was full, you know, you just more people than you'd ever imagine at any sporting event of this type.
I'd have thought you'd have got it drained out.
I did try, Freddie asked me, but I ran out of straws, Colin, to be honest. So, you know, it was a bit of a non-hoper really in the end, after a week's work.
Yeah.
But this is where the bomb hole was. Those who rode it remember as it was. One of my outstanding memories is seeing David drive a pickup through it.
Oh yeah.
From the other way. He drove it down the long hill and up the steep bit. Failed the first time, backed up as quick as he could, and then changed gear and away he went and he got out. However, I don't know, but you know, I was about 9 at the time and I still remember it vividly. Things like that stick in your mind.
I remember him and Tombo in the sidecar, trying that all
The
sides.
sidecars never went through. The sidecars used to come to where that corner is and then double back on themselves.
No, in the model trial, end of the model trial.
Yeah, you always remember this land was also used for trials.
They were both in the pit, and every bit they went out until they get up, then they come down again.
Yeah.
It was really a masterpiece.
Right, guys, we'll move on.
The bomb hole, another part of it. Memories, memories, memories. See those crops in front of you here? This is the starting straight of the Shrubland Grand National. And down to the bomb hole it went. Sitchkenny, Freddie Mays, drum rolling there. What you done there?
Yeah, but didn't go round.
All champions in their time.